Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video of Tokyo Ghoul Dark War. And today's episode, what we're here to do is we're here to play more of the game. And we want to show off Yoshimura Owl. I was going to get him to gold quality to show him off. Unfortunately, red syringes are a pain to grind, so we are unfortunately stacked in the wrong direction in terms of syringes. So I am going to showcase him here. He does have pretty solid power, so I am able to show what he is all about. I also want to talk about the current festival that's ongoing, so I'm probably just going to talk about this real quick because this actually is really important. This current festival that's going on right now is fantastic for both free-to-play players and players that want to dish out money into the game, because currently it does cost 54, like the entire event has 54 events in total, meaning you have to top up at least once because the top-up master has 5 of those events. So even if you get every single one of the events here completed for the festival, you have to top up no matter what. Now, that's all right because they didn't offer it as something free. They used their phrasing very carefully this time. And if you are a free-to-play player, it's still possible to get quite a few shards of the characters you want off of this, because for 6,000 diamonds consumed, which actually isn't that bad, you get 5 chests of SSR characters, plus all those diamonds you're using anyway are going towards the stamina, of which can give you 5 more chests, or going towards the VIP draw, which can give you the characters in general. The trials, you can get SSR shards here. You can get like arena, you can get 5 more SSR shards here. So in general, you can get like 80 or not 80, like 20 shards or so off of just this event by itself. Which is 20 shards of an SSR that you may not even have yet. So that is incredible. For free-to-play players, that's great. They did a great mix right there, and I am really proud of GameStop for that. And now we're going to go ahead and get into the showcase of Yoshimura Owl. First and foremost, I do want to buy this, because that is important to me. But we will read off his attacks here, and I will go over what I kind of think of him so far and what I've been working with. So currently he is at plus 5 purple, which is right below gold quality at level 80. He's level 77 currently. Actually, you know what? He's level 78 currently. We can do another EXP quest during this episode. His current stats are 700,000 HP, fairly solid. I'd say that's on the higher side, way better than Noro. And it kind of creates this good solidarity while also having an attack stat of 78,000 at this current level. Meaning, so currently Noro has 125,000, but his HP is way lower. So you can kind of see what they're based on and kind of what they're focused on. I'd argue that Yoshimura Owl is a lot better for an all-around SSR, and as long as it's not in online game mode, he's way better. We'll go ahead and look at his skills. His passive is each enemy around Owl increases his damage and reduces his damage received by a percentage. This effect can be stacked up to 5 times. So on arena stages, he gets a flat increase of, I believe... So if it's an increase of 6% per stack up to 5 stacks, he easily gets a roughly about 15% damage increase, as well as damage received decrease whenever enemies are around him inside arena. Fantastic for trying to sweep around enemies. And if you're inside of like a PvE leveler, for example, you would have a 25% increase in damage and a 25% decrease in damage you take. Fantastic. His third is called Dark Heart, which deals damage to an area 6 times. The skill is released, enemies will be drawn to in front of Owl. So basically, everyone that's around you gets crowded into the direct area in front of you. Perfect for trying to get Noro to use his first to sweep all of them. Perfect for trying to get, perfect for trying to get half Kuchikaneki to use his first on them. It's just really solid for specifically arena. It puts everyone in one specific area. You can just kind of sweep through them, especially if they have like an empty character. You can't really predict where they have it. So in having him, you can kind of plan around that and have everyone, including the MT, be right in front of you and easy to kill. We have Brutal Drag, which is just deal damage to enemies in a front sector. not that fantastic or fancy or anything like that, but the actual damage percentage on it is 1000%, which basically means that this is 78,000. 1000% of 78,000 happens to be 787,000. Yeah. So that stacks up. That stacks up real hard. And obviously it's not a double hit one like Noro's is, because his is a buff and then double hit similar to that, but it's definitely its own form of it. And he also has group fight, which is dash towards the enemy and deal damage to enemies 4 times. Clearly it seems to be made for trying to just kind of get across levels faster, because he is a quite slow character. However, this group fight thing is arguably the worst part of his kit, and is something that you would not want to use inside any online game mode at any point ever. Mostly because there is no stun on it, and also after he dashes, he's locked into doing 4 slams into the ground immediately afterwards. We are going to go through this. He is currently at 4 stars, so obviously his damage does differ if he was at only 3 star, if he was at a lower quality like purple, +1, +2, basically just that. But we are going to show him off at this exact tier, so we're going to show him off at the late game, not quite 5 star, but kind of getting there in general. We are just going to probably do the events for now, because I do want to show off his kit just kind of generally, and all my other characters can kind of deal with what they need to as we do this. So my entire team, I'm going to send you guys up to go deal with that that friend right there, that Nico. And we're going to go ahead and show off the kit. So his first is a dash with the 4 slams in the ground. His second is the sneeze, and his third is the spin and pull in front of him. I'm not personally a huge fan of the first, and I mentioned that before. It's just, it doesn't do nearly enough. In online game modes, it's bugged so that it doesn't pull the enemy with you. It only pushes them forward, like off to the side, and doesn't lock them in front of you. So who knows what ends up happening. You could fucking dash right past them and they'll be attacking you from behind, even if they're on auto, and basically you have no chance against it. So not that great. And here you'll see, like, he's fantastic for the support event, except for his first. Like, his second, instant kill. His third, instant kill. His first, oh no, I missed, so now I'm hitting into the ground over and over, and now I have nothing to do. I don't quite know if there's a particular circumstance where the first becomes super dire or important. However, at this current time, with how it currently is, I'd say he's a fantastic SSR aside from that. Like, his damage is quite high. He has a lot more of a reliability to him than Noro does, so kind of, I would say he is the best PvE. No, I can't even say that, because like Noro can do a lot better into PvE for the DPS. I think for actually getting objectives done on main quests, I have a feeling that Yoshimura Owl is going to be the most important character because of his viability. He might go alongside Noro and Arima Ixa without any healing at all and just try and one-shot entire levels, but he definitely has a huge place in the current meta game that's currently happening with that. What we will do to show him off even further is, before we even do Arena, I do want to do one attempt at, we'll just do a single here. We'll do all DPS, probably a bad idea. I probably should have used Ixa, but that's alright. Actually, Yoshimura Owl's really solid for Training Ground. His art doesn't really work for the thing, unfortunately, but he's actually really solid, because he does have the stacking passive, so once I get close to the enemies, you'll see around my portrait, I should get 5 stacks of his passive immediately. This would be a good test to see if it actually does work inside stuff like this. Yep, there's 5 stacks. Okay, not too bad then. That does make him fantastic in Training Ground, and also he doesn't take much damage, so he is able to do a very is that like a weird accent? He is able to do a very good job. I feel as if the new batch of SSRs, now that I'm kind of feeling them out and actually trying to use them viably inside circumstances that they actually need to be, they're all really bad. Quite frankly. Like, Yoshimura Owl, I would say, is the best one out of the entire batch, for me personally. As long as it's not glitched, because obviously there's characters out there that do, unfortunately, have glitches beyond what they're supposed to. And it does increase their DPS by quite a bit. I learned about this recently on a stream, where apparently Ayato Kirishima, Mask, his third doesn't stop proccing inside game modes. Exactly what that means, I can talk about a little bit later. We'll actually show it off inside Point Challenge at the end of this video, because I think that sounds really interesting, but short form, the hitbox never goes away, and so shit gets messed. Shit's not okay. And it does make some game modes unplayable. So the thing is, like, I think Yoshimura Owl probably would have won this entire thing if I replaced this Arima with the other one. I just think I made a mistake by choosing, we're gonna go ahead and swap out to have a team with Ixa. And this sounds real good. God, Ixa's portrait when it's gold, it looks so cool. The fact that so some SSRs have like a faint contrast tint to them that you can't really tell. But Arima Ixa is one of them. It has like a faint reddish tint to it, so that anytime you use it inside like a thumbnail or something like that, on the actual like 3D full art, he is slightly red. Like, I mean on the like portrait. So like he has like a slight glow to it, because I think he is meant to have like a set piece to him. So it's neat. It's a little like side detail you don't know about. Also, the art in this game, while it did kind of... I'm kind of disappointed with the new SSR art. It's kind of lackluster compared to what I would have wanted out of the characters that did come out. It's not really especially stylized, not a whole lot of like... It grasps at the idea of cool fight factor, but not really... There's more psychology to Tokyo Ghoul, and I feel as if none of the poses represent that. It's just kind of weird battle poses. Including half Kujikaneki. Like, half Kujikaneki should not be on 2 feet at any point. He should always be crouching, fucking suffering and dying, because that's just his nature. But you know what I mean by that. It's just like, I think the art that they did release is solid, but could use improvement. I would be interested to see like their take on other characters in the series, though. Like, even just giving better art to some of the characters that do already exist in the game. I'd be interested in how they do any of the re-units. Like, would they keep on going with the fairly faded color scheme that... Ow, God. The fairly faded color scheme that Re originally had? Or would they try and go for, like... Because Re-Invoke themselves would end up going for fancier colors and kind of dolled it up with a lot more purples and brighter yellows and stuff like that. There's a bright blue on the new Psycho. So I wonder if they would go for that to try and keep up with that theme and try and keep it more like fancy, or if they would just go for like the basic, true to the anime style. I guess would be cool, but I personally wouldn't be down for. Additionally, Heisei inside the English dub, sorry, Mr. Sauce. I can't do him shame like that. Mr. Sauce from the English dub of Tokyo Ghoul Re. He sounds so serious, and it's so weird to me because I don't know. I don't think of Heisei as like this very serious character, and he just kind of has that air around him. Rest, I've only ever heard clips of him inside battles for the most part. I've only ever seen like Heisei versus Takizawa. In the English dub, I've seen like... I saw the confrontation between Kaneki, or Heisei, and Tsukiyama, but I didn't actually see the full fight of that. I've heard the dub actually has a lot to offer. I can't get past it right now, to be honest. Something about like the way that they yell and stuff like that just turns me off of it. Hey, spin! Some may say that's Dark Souls 2. It would be right. Bop. Spin. And we're good to go. Now, for some reason, my eyes feel like they're about to start watering. I might have to put eye drops in after this. Honestly, that's a really good habit to get into for people. Just having eye drops and using them actively, it honestly improves your vision by quite a bit. Just keeping them constantly hydrated and being able to like be at your setup and being able to just be like, oh, ooh, I can feel again. It's super helpful. Alrighty, and we'll probably just do one thing here of showing off Yoshimura Owl inside Arena and kind of what I've been using him for specifically, because let's try and get some progress. Actually, I'm down for that. So this exact team right here, I've actually completely taken Hinami off of my set of characters I use aside from PvE levels when I'm trying to get further, because of one fact, in that she doesn't do much work on the field. She has a very low presence and doesn't really carry people through much. However, this team right here with Arima Ixa being able to buff the teammates while also having a pretty solid defense himself. Kuro Iwa being able to split the damage between everyone so they don't really one-shot Kisho Arima by himself while also being able to give shields to both Kuro Iwa and Kisho Arima is fantastic. It increases survivability by quite a bit. And then once that first wave is done and their solidarity is done and they're able to tank through all of the weird DPS stuff that people have in their first team, then the second team comes in with the best burst damage that I can currently bolster in the game. Or you can see that Yoshimura Owl is meant to use his third immediately, pull everybody in front of him. Half Kuja Kaneki is meant to pop his first, which does 8 hits and procs over and over, or his third, which does amazingly as well. Half Kuja Kaneki sometimes uses his second, which dashes and knocks them away. Unfortunate, but that's just how it goes sometimes. And Noro can easily one-shot with his first. It's a really good strategy for PvP, for my current team at least. And I think that it's a really good way of going about it. Although, if I could, I would want to replace the support set that I currently have on Yoshimura Owl with something better. The amount of stuns that the third of Yoshimura Owl currently does is amazing in that PvP, and it does do really well. However, I'd say it's low priority versus being able to proc double damage on any of the hits of his Dark Heart third attack, because Dark Heart is such a huge part of the team and such a huge part of being able to be there. So I feel like I want to try and get at least a 4th raid set going here for PvP stuff. Noro, you're ruining my strategy here because you came in. Here, can you pop your third, Yoshimura, please? You need to pop your third before they do anything too bad. Do it, please. No, oh no. Oh, we're fine though. Well, that's cool at least, but ranking increased. Actually, I wonder how far could I go here? I can beat Kawaii Hanai? What? Kawaii Hanai, have you not logged in the last little while? Kawaii Hanai never hit level 80. And also, while having 5-star of everything, doesn't really... No gold quality characters or anything. I think they actually stopped playing after a while. That's really unfortunate. That was probably the biggest whale in our entire server throughout the entirety of, like, going through things. But once the update came out, I guess he just took off. Team Samba, you lost a pretty big person right there. I guess he already paid his dues with fucking VIP 15 for the first time. I think he's the only person I've ever seen with VIP 15. He was the first person I ever saw. So, the thing is, this team... This is still the first team, isn't it? This isn't even the fucking Arima Ixa part of the fight. Kawaii Hanai's team is still really scary despite that. Here, Yoshimura Owl. Oh no. Yoshimura Owl, you need to pop your third. Nope, Noro's dead. Never mind, we lose. The win condition is always being able to get them in front of you immediately. So I guess you'd have to leave it up to RNG a little bit. Oh. I'm learning, I'm adapting. to try and figure out how to exactly get the strategy working 100%, because I do think this team's going to be really solid. I have been rejecting my requests on here because the issue is there's no effective way of checking who here is inactive to be able to delete them off my friends list. And I don't want to delete people that are still active because that's just rude. So I don't know how to clear up my friends list without just kind of deleting people that are lower levels. And that's not fair, because if someone just started playing the game, they want to have someone to be a friend and send stamina back and forth with. So I actually do have one free slot, so yeah, I might try and clear up my friends list again and just try and give my code on the videos and see what ends up happening. Yeah, let's try and use Yoshimura Owl again. I want to show him off one more time, but I want to see... Oh, actually... Here, we'll do 1 point challenge with the Yoshimura Owl and show off what exactly is right and wrong about his character. And then we'll do Ayato Mask in point challenge and show off what's wrong with his character, because that one's a bigger one. That one's a more dire one. That one's a scarier one. Hopefully we end up getting a team where at least someone's moving. That's kind of an issue we run into quite a bit. Or just no... Oh, well, this is a Toka Rabbit, and unfortunately they are not moving. However, one of them at least has a passive to increase my attack speed, so that's something. That's at least something helpful. Oh, I was in the ground. That's cool. Yeah, that's Dark War. And I'm gonna dash and fucking... The slams aren't even hitting from this close! You can see how bad they are! Also, I'm doing no damage in half my attacks right now. Jeez, game. Please, just let me attack people. I'm right in front of... I'm swinging into his face. God. I'm dead. Pop my first at the wrong time. You can see, maybe for PvE. Maybe just in this circumstance, he's not that great. I feel like, what would be needed to be able to make Yoshimura Owl the best possible point challenge character to choose? I think what he really needs is his first needs to be able to pull people with him, guaranteed. And I think he needs to be able to, like, effectively cancel it by popping his first again, because if he can't, it's just such a strong deficit that it breaks him. You can't use him properly if he pops his first at any point. It's USSRs deserve so much better, to be honest. Oh, I made a mistake. Alright, well, my teammates are dead. I popped my third when I probably should have saved it for the next wave, because that was kind of the important one. So, my B. I'm not attacking. What's happening? Oh, right! The glitch! Where Arima Ixa can pull you in and have you auto-attack him when he has his shield up. Because... I don't know. Because Arima Ixa, I guess. That was an issue inside training mode. I'm glad it's an issue inside battle point mode where you have to fight him as a boss every time too. That's real good. Actually, you know what? Can I... Ayato Mask. Actually, yeah, I can. Hey, you got upgraded. Congratulations. As a consolation prize, you're at 4-star. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade your third skill, because that's going to be the big important thing. That's going to be big best thing here. Actually, I am going to equip him to this slot. It's all at 200,000 power. Let's go ahead and see what... Actually, I need to put Naro on the team, because that actually does affect his power a little bit. There's actually a garbage truck outside, by the way, so I'm not sure if you guys can hear that, but it's loud. Here, auto match. And I auto mask. Are you ready? Are you ready to see the even worse glitch? To see the one that's like, oof. I still would like to say in this world that the best part of living is stretching. I popped my third, right? Oh. Is it not? It's not happening, actually. Huh. I don't think they fixed it. Is it just It might be it could be an iOS problem. So there was an issue before, apparently, where whenever Ayato Mask pops his third, it continues forever, and it never stops. But apparently it's just not happening now. Interesting. I wonder if that's only a 5-star thing then, or what? Because before, I was shown on a stream that he wasn't moving at all, and Ayato Mask was able to just keep on dealing damage to the enemies right in front of him. And it just didn't stop no matter what. Here it's actually just stopping immediately afterwards, so maybe... I think he already has raid gear on him, so it wouldn't be that. It's strange. I'm unsure what the issue would be then. Here, we'll pop that like that. What if I just like... No, even if I get them to walk into the area, like, it doesn't do much. Interesting. So I think there is conditions you need to meet to be able to get the glitch done. There are a few other characters I wanted to try out at some point that do seem like they could be fairly dire glitches that are important that I do want to try out. Specifically, there's ones inside Itsuki Marude with raid gear. There's one with Takizawa as well, so I want to try that out at some point, maybe on video tomorrow or something like that, just to try and hunt for the glitches and see how bad it really is. Because I thought that it was a lot better than it was, but once I actually saw the characters that are kind of less selected, I began to see the cracks on the surface of just how bad the glitches in this game really are. Because there are quite a few that are arguably game-breaking and kind of ruin a lot of game modes for people. So we'll see how things go in the next episode when we end up playing Dark War again. Thank you so much for watching. My personal opinion on Yoshimura Owl as a whole, as a character, in general, is I like him. He's going to be difficult to use as long as his first continues to be the way that it is. And in Arena, it is heavily RNG based what he ends up using, so I'm unsure if I can suggest him just yet. At 5-star, obviously, he is going to get a million times better because his third does end up getting guaranteed stuns on it. Which does end up changing quite a bit, especially when you're able to equip raid gear and just have like a guaranteed stun, have the damage proc 6 times plus double on some of them. He has a lot of potential. It's just a matter of finding out how exactly to work him in the right ways. However, while I am grinding up the syringes to get someone up to gold quality next, I don't think I'm going to be choosing Yoshimura Owl for that choice because I don't think that I want him to be on my team. Just from what he uses, what he is, he's good in Arena, but I don't want him to be my next gold character. That honor is going to... Is he... Ken Kaneki Mask. Now, there's a reason for it. Currently, there's a lot of debate as to the usefulness of Ken Kaneki Mask in the game currently. He's discussed in the community as someone who doesn't really have a main purpose. He seems to be a character that's based on anti-damage. Like, for example, the cheer buff gets rid of a lot of the healing effects. They're unable to heal while they're hit by it. Cheer buff, it pops, you gain more attack, you get more, or they get less speed. It's helpful. His second is probably the main part of his kit, however it's currently unusable inside real-time PvP, and so that makes him completely useless inside the game currently. However, I do have a feeling once he is fixed, and once his second is usable inside real-time, he's going to be one of the best characters in there, so I want him to be at gold quality for when that happens, and he's close to 5 stars, so he's going to be the next person I work on. I'm probably just going to gun for him next, to be honest. I could get Yoshimura Owl up to level 80 here just to get him up and have him readily available. I wouldn't mind it, to be honest. No, okay. I'm going to put all of my gems, or not gems, but all of my XP potions I get into Kaneki Mask, because he's going to be a great part of the team, and I do want to see him as soon as possible, so that's the plan. I will see you guys next time when I end up playing more of Dark War. Kaneki Mask, next plan, and take it easy for now. Bye.